What's up, guys? Valence Ring here, and I wanted to bring a video on a topic related to a question that I got on my YouTube channel, and this was from Mick Makin' Love. Great name. So he says, looks like a lot of people are putting their main focus and efforts into a wide range of things. I believe that just about everything is hinged from your heroes and their abilities. What do you think? And what's the best way to get back on track for those that have found themselves sidespun like me a couple of months ago? So I think that's a great question, and I think that I don't know that there is an easy answer for it, but what I came up with was an idea that I want to share with you guys, and this is probably be more for early or middle game players, people who are fairly new to the game or who have, started to develop but don't really know where to go from here. So I think he makes a good point, is that it's really important to choose heroes and then sort of build around those heroes. And this way it'll help you in arena, it will help you in campaign, and it will help you with your military might. And the reason being is because there are many heroes that are troop specific. So I'm shooter based. Phoenix is my shooter hero, and she is shooter specific. Her nano weapon is shooter specific. It's a very good hero for shooters, and so that's what I mean by that. And she's also very strong in arena, hero dual glory, and things like that. So you really should focus on heroes to probably a larger extent than some people do. And I can tell you by my YouTube metrics and just by talking to people in game that this is becoming kind of the new trend, is going more towards understanding heroes and focusing on them in such a way as to get stronger with your heroes. So I think this is important for early players of the game to truly understand this, and I hope this video helps you to do that better. Now, this could be some arguable points in here, and of course feel free to comment down below what you think, if you disagree with me or if you feel like I made any mistakes. As always, I appreciate the feedback no matter what it is. So that being said, I'm going to talk about 4 heroes, and 4 heroes predominantly. You should pick one of these heroes to focus on and then build around them. And I'm going to have more videos on heroes, so if you're not sure yet what that means or how to do that, don't worry, I'm going to give more information later. But this video, I just want to focus on picking heroes that is going to help benefit you in the long run to be stronger for arena campaign and your troop military might. The first hero, of course, I already mentioned my favorite because I'm shooter based, is Phoenix. So if you're not sure what that means, I'm shooter based. What that means is that I specialize in one type of troop to be stronger than others because it's easier to specialize. I'm not saying it's better to specialize. I'm saying it's easier to specialize. It's easier to focus on one type of troop, get them really strong, and then build the other troops up slowly. So your shooter boosts are the ones that I focus on for gear, chips, modules, cubes, etc. So that being said, if you decide that you want to be shooter based, then Phoenix is a hero that you could really focus on. And I actually think that you shouldn't focus on being shooter based. I think you should choose a hero that you can obtain easily for you, and then be that troop as your main. So the reason Phoenix is a good choice is because she is on the off week of Global Ace Commander. So Global Ace Commander runs for a week, and then there's a week in between of rest, so to speak, where there are daily events. During those daily events, the first one is Hero Upgrade Day. You will eventually, once your state's old enough, you will get epic hero choice cards. One of the options is Phoenix. Now this is a little bit later in game. She's not released right away, I don't think. You'll have to focus on someone else first, and you could choose a frame for that if you wanted to be shooter based. But that being said, if you want to focus on Phoenix when she's released on the off weeks of Global Ace Commander, then this would be a great opportunity for you to be shooter based, because her troop skills are all shooter based. Her nano weapon is all shooter based. As you can see, I'm luckily have an epic, don't judge me. But her shooter, hit point, defense, and attack are all plus 200, and that's with the epic incinerator. And of course I have it leveled up for the troop boosts. But she boosts shooters very strong. Another reason she's really good to focus on as a hero is because of her hero skills, which are so useful in arena and campaign. I will say as a caveat that Phoenix is a late game hero. It's you're definitely going to need her later in game, and you'll definitely see an impact with her later in game, and she may not be released right away. So in that regard, she might not be the best choice. And like I said, she's on the off week of Global Ace Commander, so if you're really used to doing well in Global Ace Commander, you may have to pick and choose which events you do well in. And choosing events where Phoenix, you're going to do well for Phoenix, is going to hurt you for Global Ace Commander. But if you decide that you want to focus on her, she is a great choice, and of course, then you would want to focus on shooters. So the second hero that I want to talk about that I think that is a great option and maybe one of the best to focus on, especially early in game, is Fox. Fox is a really, really strong hero in almost every situation. She is very versatile, can be used for campaign, arena, hero duel glory, and just absolutely has a lot of usefulness. She's a healer, and her hero skills are great in a lot of situations, and she works well in just about, if not every, possible lineup you could come up with. So choosing to focus on her allows you to place her in more positions, and of course she is rider based. So riders, technically speaking, if you watched my other video on troop specialization, riders are technically technically are the strongest troops in game. Doesn't mean that you should choose them. I'm just saying that in theory they're one of the strongest. They will allow you to do layers, higher level layers at a lower level might. That being said, she is a good hero to focus on because she's easy to obtain early on, and she's so useful from early game all the way through to the end. I will say there does come a point when she becomes slightly less useful in the end game, but even I'm not there yet. And that would be replacing her with Lady M later on down the road, or using them together. At any rate, early on, you could use Fox, and if you like Fox, it's easy to obtain her mostly by raiding layers from Noah's Tavern and things like that. So it's easy to get her and level her up, and then you would want to be rider based. The second reason you would want to focus on her is because there is another hero that is also rider based that you could dual specialize in, or basically you could focus on both of them at the same time without sacrificing one for the other, and that's Obsidian. And that's my third choice for a hero to specialize in, because Obsidian is your first possible reward from Global Ace Commander, and once they release Atropos in your state, then you'll be able to focus on Obsidian or Atropos. That being said, if you chose to do well in Global Ace Commander, which it's not an easy event to do well in, but if you find yourself doing well in it by watching my videos and listening to your Alliance members, then you could focus on Obsidian because you're going to be able to get a lot of his frags and level him up quickly, and he's rider based. So if you focus on Obsidian for Global Ace Commander, if you focus on Global Ace Commander and do well in that event, and use the rewards to get Obsidian up quickly, and you focus on Fox, then you're going to have two strong heroes that are going to be easy for you to level up and do well for riders. They're going to be rider-based heroes. Okay, so definitely recommend Obsidian as a potential to focus your build around. Then you have the last but not least is Ulric. Now, some people might argue this, but Ulric is one of the earliest 5-star heroes that you probably are going to obtain. He's fairly easy to obtain throughout the game and is a lot of people's first +8 hero. I'm not, I didn't do that well with him, and he was not one of my first heroes to get up very high. But it is easy to get them up fairly quickly. And if you find yourself doing well getting Ulric frags from quite a few of the events, then I would definitely recommend potentially choosing Ulric as the hero to build around. His hero skills are really good for a lot of situations, not all situations, but a lot of situations in arena and campaign. And Ulric is probably more of a late game hero than an early game hero. I don't think he does very well early on, and that's my personal opinion, but I think early on he has some deficits, but then as you have other heroes that can work well around Ulric, then he becomes a lot stronger. He is not a good lead hero, he is a good support hero. But that being said, later in game he is absolutely phenomenal and has become one of my more favorite heroes. But because he is fighter based and you're going to get those fighter boosts, then if you choose Ulric because he is easy to obtain early on and level up, then this will allow you to build a fighter based lineup that can do very well. So that's the 4 main heroes I wanted to talk about. The only other, honorable mention I want to give is to Myers. He is a troop based hero, and this means he boosts the stats of all troops, not just fighter, rider, shooter, or vehicle. He boosts all of them. But the numbers aren't as high, which is why I wouldn't focus on him. But Myers is probably one of the most underrated heroes in the game, in my personal opinion, and is absolutely critical for so many things. He is also, you almost have to have Fox to use him correctly, but that being said, Myers, even without Fox, is a strong hero and can drastically affect your gameplay. He is technically a fighter, but he boosts, you can see the fighter tag there at the bottom, the little hatchet. But he boosts the troop hit points, defense, and attack. So, I would work on Myers no matter what in the interim. That being said, there are special case heroes and things like that, and ultimately, I want to make this point. You want all the heroes up. You want all your troops strong. But it is often easier to focus on, 1 or 2 at a time and build them up to a respectable level to where they're extremely useful. And in this case, I would recommend maybe not starting with Phoenix because I do believe she's later in game. But as soon as you can, if you want to be shooter-based, Phoenix. Early on game, if you find yourself doing well with a frame and focusing on him, then you could be shooter based and focus on him, and then you can boost Phoenix as soon as she comes out, and you're going to want to focus on her above all else. But that's going to take you out of Global Ace Commander for the most people. So that's everything, guys. I really hope that helps. There are a lot of heroes. There's a lot to understand. I want to put out more videos on heroes and how they work together, and that will tie in with this video. So if you're early on in game, pick a hero that you like or that's easy for you to obtain, that you do well for those events and you tend to rank well and get a lot of rewards for. And you should choose between, Ulric, Fox, Obsidian, Phoenix, maybe a frame instead of Phoenix, and a Myers should also go up as well. That's everything, guys. Give the video a like if it helped you out. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. As always, guys, thanks for watching.